We've been bringing this message to the American public for almost 2 years now. We've produced over 300 videos, have had millions of views, and have awoken thousands of people so far. For those of you that will listen, we continue to share our message with as many of you as possible, with as little time as we think we still have left. This is a warning to the millions of Americans watching this video. The America we love is in crisis. Debt has infected the nation, the consequences of which will be catastrophic. The implications larger, longer, and nastier than anything you can possibly imagine. Millions of Americans will lose everything. In our opinion, the US dollar, long trusted as the world reserve currency, will officially collapse in the next few years. This will wipe out trillions of dollars worth of purchasing power for everyday Americans. The long-standing reserve status of our nation's currency will be lost in the pages of our children's history books in the future. As a result, millions of people won't be able to afford food, basic necessities, or a home. Trillions of dollars will evaporate from American retirement accounts overnight, sending millions into poverty. In our opinion, this will make the Depression of the 1930s look like a dream. According to the Center for Responsible Lending, a nonprofit research and policy group, as many as 9 million homeowners will go into foreclosure between 2009 and 2012. These are just estimates. Nobody, including ourselves, knows how bad this will get. Our fear is very bad. Millions of Americans have already lost their homes, their jobs, and are struggling to survive day to day. This will only grow worse in the coming months. There will be no rebound, no recovery, no green shoots. The most aggressive financial collapse in America's history is here. History repeating itself. 22% of American children lived in poverty last year. The number of U.S. poor hit a record 46 million in 2010. Nearly 40 million people are on food stamps. 14 million more are unemployed. Debt has a stranglehold on our nation, a vice grip on our future. Our nation is being transformed from a land of freedom and opportunity into a welfare state for the poor, the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of our country having just begun. $15 trillion has already been lost, millions of baby boomers being forced to go back to work and delay retirement. The national debt is now around $14.5 trillion, almost 100% of U.S. GDP. When we factor in the cost of health care, unfunded liabilities for items such as Social Security and Medicare, the trillions spent in bank bailouts, and the cost of U.S. conservatorship of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, U.S. total liabilities amount to over $70 trillion. This is larger than the combined GDP of the entire planet. The United States financial system will soon prove a gigantic Ponzi scheme. The collapse of global capital markets in 2008 was a sneak preview. What we have coming down the pike is the encore. This isn't fear-mongering, but the truth. We hope you are listening because in our opinion, your very survival depends on it. This isn't a joke, a movie, or a test run. This is real, and it's happening in real life. Unfortunately, America is entering a dark age, her best years behind her. Those of us prepared will rebuild. Millions of Americans receiving government checks, unemployment insurance, and food stamps will find their welfare worthless in the coming months. The value of the dollar will become meaningless. We've seen this in history many times before. 21 countries have experienced hyperinflation in the past 25 years alone. Angola, Argentina, Belarus, Bolivia, Brazil, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Bulgaria, Ecuador, Georgia, Madagascar, Mexico, Nicaragua, Peru, Poland, Romania, Russia, Turkey, Ukraine, Yugoslavia, Zaire, Zimbabwe. The United States is next. Now is not the time to bury your head in the sand or ignore our nation's problems. This is your problem, and your family's future depends on it. In our opinion, global stock markets will collapse in the coming months. Banks around the world will close and be put in receivership. The real unemployment rate will exceed above 25%. There will be no bailouts, stimulus, or quantitative easing to save you. Every last bullet has already been shot. The Federal Reserve and central banks around the world have exhausted all of their options. There is no alternative, except one. They can always print more money, lots more of it. In fact, they can print so much of it that the money you hold in your hands today can become worthless before you even have a chance to spend it. In our opinion, Printing massive amounts of debt will be the next reactionary policy response from the Federal Reserve. As a result, it will collapse our nation's currency and collapse the modern financial system as we know it. New trend? How about a new paradigm? Now is the time to act. Your future and your family's well-being depends on it. Nobody else will save you. The government will not save you. Only you can save yourself. In our opinion, panic and hysteria will soon consume the masses. Banks will close, martial law will ensue, and many will suffer. Many will die. But not all will share in the pain equally. Some will maintain the purchasing power of their savings and investments. Some will have planned ahead. Every crisis brings with it opportunity for those that are awake. Those that are educated will profit. Those that are knowledgeable will survive. Those that are awake will prosper. It is our sincere hope that you receive this message in earnest and share it with as many people as you can. We hope you'll join us. Thank you for your time.